When most people think of military innovation, they picture tanks, rifles, and radar. But sometimes, the most brilliant inventions come from necessity, not a lab. During World War II, soldiers often faced the cold with little more than a single wool blanket between them and freezing death. Factory sleeping bags were rare luxuries. In the field, everything had to be improvised. Out of this struggle came a forgotten survival method so effective it could turn one wool blanket into a 5-layer heat trap, warm enough to sleep through icy nights without a fire. This wasn't folklore, it was a technique documented in several wartime field manuals, passed among Allied and Axis troops alike, and rediscovered by post-war survival instructors who couldn't believe how well it worked. Today, we'll break down exactly how it was done, and why modern campers, preppers, and historians should still know this trick. The cold was a greater enemy than bullets. From the Ardennes to the Apennines, the cold killed thousands. During the winter of 1944 to 45, frostbite and exposure hospitalized more United States soldiers in Europe than enemy fire. Supplies were stretched thin, and sleeping bags were issued only to certain units. Everyone else had to make do with 1 or 2 coarse wool blankets, and, no tents, no stoves, and no dry ground. So soldiers began experimenting. The wool blanket, already prized for its ability to insulate even when wet, became the foundation of dozens of, barracks hacks. But, one method really stood out, a folding and wrapping system that multiplied insulation layers without adding any extra weight. This was the 5-layer fold, or as some manuals described it, the field cocoon. It worked by trapping body heat in compressed air pockets, forming a series of overlapping wool barriers that reduced conductive heat loss to the ground and convective loss to the air. In short, the soldiers figured out how to turn a blanket into a sleeping bag, with no sewing, no tools, and no additional fabric. The method started with a standard-issue wool blanket. These were heavy, about 4 pounds, tightly woven, and roughly 6 feet long. The trick relied entirely on how it was folded and secured. First, soldiers folded the blanket lengthwise so that one side overlapped by about a third, creating an offset double layer. This gave the blanket 2 main panels, one slightly wider for the bottom and a narrower one for the top. Then, they laid it flat on the ground, with the overlap facing up. They'd lie down on one side, leaving about 12 inches extending past their head. So, the bottom edge was folded up to cover the feet, doubling that section, which means, 2 layers. Next, the wider panel was pulled over the body. That's layer 3. And then, the narrow overlap was folded back halfway, making it layer 4. Finally, the soldiers tied the edges using parachute cord, shoelaces, or string, sealing the cocoon and adding the 5th layer where the folds overlapped near the torso. The result was a tight, efficient sleeping wrap with 5 points of insulation over the chest and feet, the 2 areas that lose heat fastest. The combination of folds trapped warm air like an accordion, using compression and loft to create microclimates between each layer. This trick only worked because of one material: wool. So, yeah, modern synthetics might be lighter, but wool is nearly unbeatable for survival use. Even when soaked, its natural lanolin coating repels water, while the inner fibers still retain warmth. Wool also breathes, allowing moisture to escape rather than condense inside the folds. This was critical in trench conditions where dampness was constant. If you tried the same method with cotton, you'd wake up in an ice bath. That's why, even today, military survival kits and mountaineering packs still include wool liners or blankets because in an emergency, they can be turned into nearly anything: a shelter wall, stretcher, poncho, or sleeping system. The beauty of the 5-layer blanket trick lies in its simplicity and science. When soldiers folded that single piece of wool, they weren't just wrapping themselves, they were manipulating the 3 types of heat transfer. Conduction, which is basically heat loss to the ground, was reduced by doubling the blanket under the body. Convection, or heat loss to moving air, was minimized by sealing the edges with cord or cloth strips. So, radiation, basically, that's infrared heat escaping from the body, was actually reflected by the trapped air and those compressed fibers. It's kind of fascinating how that simple design helped retain warmth. In, really extreme conditions, soldiers would even add a ground layer of pine boughs or dry straw underneath them. That helped prevent moisture from soaking in, which could make things a lot more uncomfortable. In places like the Ardennes and on the Eastern Front, they sometimes put a canvas ground sheet, or even a section of tent flap, under the blanket for some extra protection. The end result was a dry, heat-efficient sleeping setup that didn't need a fire, super important when any light or smoke could totally give away a unit's position. If you camp, hike, or prepare for emergencies, this World War II trick can still outperform many modern systems when used correctly. Find a dry area and clear the ground. If it's cold, lay down dry leaves, pine needles, or a tarp to act as insulation. Fold your blanket lengthwise with a 1/3 overlap, then tuck in the foot end as the soldiers did. Alright, so, lie down so your feet rest on the doubled section. Next, pull the main flap over your body, fold the top back over your chest, and tie the side edge snug with cord or rope. The folds should overlap like shingles, open end downwind. This setup works indoors or outdoors. In a pinch, even a campfire-warmed rock placed near your feet can turn this wool cocoon into a high-efficiency thermal trap. It's honestly one of the most resourceful, time-tested ways to sleep warm with almost nothing. The 5-layer blanket trick isn't just a neat piece of trivia, it's proof that survival is about understanding materials and physics, not gear catalogs. The soldiers who used it weren't engineers or designers, they were just cold, tired men who, refused to accept discomfort as inevitable. They turned a single sheet of wool into a microclimate, slept through freezing rain, and then, marched again at dawn. That's innovation born of hardship, and honestly, that's what makes this forgotten trick so powerful even now. If you're the kind of person who values real historical fieldcraft, the lessons our grandparents used to stay alive, then make sure to subscribe to Strange History. Every week we uncover the survival methods, improvised tools, and forgotten tricks that still outperform modern gear. Because, sometimes, the best solutions aren't new, they're just forgotten.